So this sense of epic, this sense of big, this sense of size is something that has gone out in the realistic theater, or there are no actors to play it. But it is big time. And I always say, when you have to play Death of a Salesman in America, my God, they search from one, but where is there a man who can play it? There are very few. And it's a realistic play. And the reason for it is that you think, or you've been asked to think, or you did it for yourself, or I don't know who did it for you, is that being true is being nice, or this way, or that's true. Look, I'm true. Don't I speak truthfully? That is not the truth. That is your miserable sense of boring everybody to death. But certainly it has nothing to do with truth.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Intro Podcast. Hope everybody is doing all right. My name is Mirshad Torabi. I am the president and founder of WeAreActors.com. Hope everybody is doing well in these crazy times. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy. Truly is some crazy times. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would see New York the way that it is. Times Square completely empty. No theater. I mean, what's New York without theater? Truly a crazy time. But I hope everybody's doing okay, and hopefully we'll be out of this soon. Let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. I grew up in the Middle East. I lived in Vancouver, Canada for 10 years. And then I left to pursue acting in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles for about 11 years, and then here I am in New York City. I live in Brooklyn, New York right now. I moved out here to be closer to the theater. Wanted to work with some acting teachers out here, so I came out here to continue my journey. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the site, how it came to be, and what our plans are for it. About a year and a half ago, I was just sitting around with some friends, and I was wondering, how can we have a place where, like a community for actors, where if we need something, anything, if we needed, help getting off book, if we needed a reader, if I was looking for something, if I was doing a short film, an independent project, and I was looking for a cameraman, or if I was looking for an editor or whatever it was, I was thinking about how we could have a place where we could go online and ask, say, hey, can anybody help me read? A place where actors could meet their peers in their city, network with one another, work with one another, help one another out. And that's kind of how the idea was birthed and came about. And then we added on top of that, every once in a while, somebody would come up with a better idea. We'd sit down and we'd brainstorm and we'd figure out what else could we do. So as time went on, we brainstormed more and more. A few of us got together, many people who are involved in this with WeAreActors.com now. And we thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had a situation where members got deals on the essentials? I'm an active actor. What I mean by that is I'm in class all the time if I'm not working. I'm rehearsing 3 times a week, probably. I'm in a rehearsal studio. I'm auditioning. I usually do my self-tapes at home, but if I need a self-tape and I don't have somebody to help me at home, I have to go somewhere and get it done. I'm using rehearsal spaces. I get headshots every 3 years or so, whatever it may be. And when we thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if our members could save on these things, save on the essentials? It's expensive if you're pretty active. I do all sorts of stuff. I'm in breathwork class. I take Shakespeare workshops from time to time, dialect coaching, you name it. I'm as active as they come. I like to stay ready. So that's how that idea came about. And we started reaching out to partners. our partners, I just have to say something really quick. Thank you so much for all of you that signed on so early. We got many no's, but we got a lot of yeses and a lot of amazing companies that want to help the actors out. And we really appreciate it because we're a very, very new company. And for you guys to come on board and offer discounts or whatever for your services to our members is very, very nice, very generous, and very sweet. I know none of us can use any of the memberships any of the member benefits right now because everything is closed, obviously. But when everything opens back up, we hope to repay you guys by visiting you guys and using your services. But thank you so much for coming on board with us. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's the site. Just stuff like that happened. I went out of town to shoot something in LA, I think last year or a year and a half ago. And while I was gone, rent in New York is expensive. So I was wondering, it would have been cool if I could have rented my apartment out for like the 10 days that I was gone. So I could have, cut some costs that way. And so, that's how the forums came about and all the other cool little things. We are constantly adding to the site. We're constantly brainstorming and trying to figure out what else we can do. We have a lot of cool things planned, a lot of things are in the works right now. We have a cool we have a cool Facebook like wall that we're working on where members get their own wall. You can post images, text, video, whatever you want. And your followers can see it. You can share whatever you like. We're hoping to can get people more engaged. I know a lot of people aren't engaged right now because, it's the times. There's not a lot of reason to be engaged with the site. You can't really use the partnerships or anything. People are, worried about other things at the moment, but we're hoping that will increase engagement once we're able to launch. So we have that in the works. We just put a secure video chat on there because we have a lot of cool plans for the future. We're gonna have in-house dialect coaching, a lot of cool things. If you guys want to if you want to help somebody get off book and you don't want to share your information like your phone number or your Skype or Zoom or whatever it is, you can just use the video chat. We just added that to the site, so we're pretty excited about that. Other things, rush tickets. We want to work on getting a rush ticket system for the members. A lot of cool stuff, a database of monologues and short scenes, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can get all that stuff done in a timely manner before we launch. We're very excited about that stuff. So that's the site. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the podcast and what you can expect and what you cannot expect from the podcast. So we're not going to be doing a lot of, 5 tips on how to book an audition, 10 ways to impress a casting director. We're not going to be it's not going to be that kind of podcast. You don't need me for that. All that information is already online. If that's something that if that's the kind of information you want, we're assuming a lot of people already know that kind of stuff. And if you don't, that's okay. Everybody, if you're just starting out, you can find that stuff online anywhere. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's not going to be educational stuff on the podcast. There is. We're going to have all sorts of people on here. We're going to have teachers, casting directors, agents, all that stuff. We're going to have them on here, but I'm really interested in people. I'm interested in the journey. That's what inspires me. Over the years of being in this business, I've been in the business over 10 years now. We have those moments where we're feeling down. Maybe things haven't gone well for us this year. Maybe we haven't really booked anything. Maybe class ain't going well, whatever it may be. I've always turned to, the stories that have always inspired me to kind of give me that nudge and push to go a little bit further. I remember I used to put on Inside the Actors Studio, R.I.P. James Lipton. I used to love that show. I still go back and watch some of the episodes. And when I was feeling down, I'd listen to them. I'd listen to the people. I'd listen to their journey, their ups and downs, their successes, their failures, what motivated them, where they went to school, all sorts of stuff. And that would always inspire me. And it would get me hyped to wake up the next day and pick up another play and get back into class and go back to the basics and do all that sort of stuff. And it would get me energized to go back, get up and give it another shot the next day. You know, sometimes you get up and you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I spending so much time? I could be doing something else. I have a degree, blah, 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 whatever. I don't need to be doing this. Why am I even doing it? And it was moments like that that always kept me going. Or like, I would go up in class and I'd do a scene, and at the end of the class, somebody would come and just gently, you know, put their arm on my shoulder, and I'd turn around and they'd say, hey man, you did really amazing work today. I really, really loved what you did. Thank you so much. And I don't know about you guys, when stuff like that would happen to me, you know, I would be thinking about that the whole night. You know, it would be my, you know, it would be the little bit of appreciation and acknowledgement that I needed to keep it going for a little bit longer. And I think we need that kind of stuff along the way, because it's a tough business. It's a tough gig. And that sort of motivation and that sort of inspiration keeps us going so that we don't give up. And that's what I'm hoping to give. So with help from the guests that I bring on the show, I'm hoping to inspire, drop some knowledge for you and me, and some hope. And if we can accomplish that, then I think we'll be all right. Yeah. So that's the objective of the podcast. That's who I am. That's what the site is about. And that's what the podcast is going to be about. And with that, I am super excited for the very, very first guest we have on our podcast. He is a dear friend of mine. He is a superbly talented actor who has accomplished a lot in a very short period of time. And he has a unique story. And he's just a goddamn joy to talk to. My friend Franco Lopresti. I hope you guys enjoy that podcast. And yeah, stay home, stay safe.